Okay, I thought I might start recording my experience learning Elm for building front-end applications. I don't know where this is going to go or whether or not this will see the light of day by anyone else, but I figured at least for myself it would be good to learn, uh, well, good to verbalize my sort of experience learning them. So what I've done so far is initialized a new project. So basically did Elm inits, then installed the HTTP clients, and my goal is to build a connections game, something similar to Collections. So I've got a browser on this, so something similar to this, and yeah, just learn Elm at the same time. So I've got a browser on the other screen that I won't. I might bring up occasionally, but it's just enough for me to sort of look up packages and anything else that I need. So I will go ahead and start preparing the main file. Now I just need to learn about how to do this. So a lot of this is just learning and sort of talking out loud. Okay, so I'll be starting with this browser elements main loop. And I'll just start by copying this. This has got some HD elements from that, but I'm just going to be removing that. And so remove that. And the inits I will leave. I'll leave these fields in model. I'll just add this at the moment. Inits. So I'll start with a to do and a command none, I believe it is. And message do update message model. I'll just return the model. So model command none. Just enough for me to get something that works. No subscriptions. And the view, I will start with just a text view. Okay, so if I were to do Elm, I forget the command. What is it? Elm reactor. Elm reactor. Okay, so let's look that up. Oh, 8,000, sorry, not 8,000. All right, so here's Elm Reactor. Go to the main. File to file multiple tools. Oh, okay, I've just got multiple layers of to do. So model, I'll just say init for the model. Obviously, this will be something that will change over time, but let's start with that. Okay, yep, so I got some text. Nothing fancy, it's just that. Okay, now I'll start by preparing the window, or preparing the view. So div text, this is some text in a div. Let's see how that goes. Yep, cool, nothing fancy there. Styling and stuff, there's probably no point. I won't move on to that in a moment. All right, so what I'll start with is maybe the layout of the, I'll start preparing the model. So basically the playfield. So start modeling that. So maybe type model, playfield. That will probably take an array of a list of strings. And so playfield, item 1, item 2. Okay. And with that, I will do a list, change that to a list.map, which I believe takes the item first. I'll have to check out the package. Package, not go, package.elmlang. Alright, and core list map. Okay, that's okay. It takes the function first. So we'll take that map, start a lambda, which will take the actually I'll just be case playfield p and cases. Now, how do the cases look? Oh, case message. So case model of. I'm curious. Does this take? So I know Elm does pattern matching, but does it do it at the functional level similar to Haskell? So if I were to do playfield p, would that work? So I'll just do text unknown model. Change our text to playfield. I wonder if that works. Multiple. Oh, okay. So I guess not. That's unfortunate. It would be nice if they had an option to pattern match at the function level similar to what Haskell does. But that's okay. We will use case. So case m of just looking up the case field, case statements on the other screen. So playfield items, and my understanding of Elm is that it wants to encourage people to sort of build up the application over time, which is fine by me. So let's map, start a lambda, case I, so text I. So basically we'll just convert this to a list of text items, it's a list of text nodes within a div. And let's see how that looks. Divs, not what I expected. Oh, whoops, I'm missing the items. So items. I do need second argument to be list HTML message. Let's put up 4 instead. Oh, whoops. Yeah, this thing is up. This thing that has been catching me quite often. I'm forgetting the order of priorities, the order of precedence. So there we go. Now we've got something. So let's convert these to another function. So view choice, which takes string and converts it to a HTML message. I'll just use the same signature as the other view. So view choice S, and that makes it, that converts it to a list, a div of text S. Oops. Let's see if I can do that. Oops, no, wrong thing. The function goes first. So items. Okay, good. So now the choices are buttons. The choices are separate divs. Let's make them buttons. Oh, sorry, I haven't. It's not buttons, it's button. So I'll import button. And yeah, so these are now separate buttons. And now what I'll do is I will actually add an event. So import html.events. I forget whether or not it's actually a capital E. Yeah, so import HTML, that's the one I want. So expose the on-click event. All right, and that I believe is, yeah, so that's an attribute. So, and that will expose, that will produce a message, which is what I want. So button on click that, and then in the updates, so type message. So I'll change this to item selected, and the item itself. So item selected S, and I want to, the moment, just make it clear. So I'll add a new model option here. And what it'll do, it'll just produce the item. So this is all temporary stuff just to make sure I've got the update, the model view control actually working. So case message of, so item selected, item, and I want that to produce an item. I'll call it selected item. Yeah. Message unit name, and that's going to be an interesting one because so actually the message will probably select item. I'll make the message. I don't know what the naming convention is for message types. By looking at the examples, they look to be, well, I wouldn't call them active verbs, but like verb noun, like noun verb. I don't know what the actual name is, but I'll make them verbs in this one at least. So items selected, at least in the present tense. So item selected, I'll give them the item name and no command. Okay, so what I'll do is if the item is select item, I'll just say text. So text item selected, and I'll just print out the item. So really basic. Oh, and this is a list, so this has to go in square brackets. So really basic stuff here. All I'm doing is just making sure the event loop is working properly. 50, so what's it's missing? Oh, yeah, and what's the default case? This is where I have to go to the actual language guide. So I've got Elmlang, I'll go to docs, do syntax. And I want the conditionals. Oh, Elm has if, interesting. Case. Looking. Yeah, there was an example of a case with a default. I can't remember how it's represented in Elm. Is there a default statement itself? Reading types. Now I'm just sort of swapping through. Case and. All right, well, let's try this out. Let's see if there's an else. Else. And I'll just return what I was returning earlier. Okay, it's not else. Is it otherwise? That's not even. So I assume it's just pattern matching. So I'll just pattern match against that. All right, good. Okay, so let's have trouble with this. Select item. Might be because this needs to be in parentheses. And some of the view choice definition. Oh, it's okay. Item selected. Oh, so here. That should be the message. So select item. All right, good. Our normal thing. So, yeah, item selected. Item selected. Should be removed. Yeah, say it's redundant, but it can't handle default cases. Did it actually try default? Oh, that's not selecting. All right, let's go to the document again. So it's detected that it's exhaustive. So, oh, okay. Maybe I had the model types mixed up, and I had the alternative for model instead of the message. So let's see if this works. So if I click item 1, the view should be completely replaced by the value in item 1. So yep, that worked. If I reload, yep, that worked as well. So we've got the message feedback working. One nice thing I like about Elm is that it does make it quite easy to have the feedback of what you're working on quite fast. This Elm reactor, the actual Elm reactor service they've got here works really well. So I'm a huge fan of that. Okay, so what do I want to do now? So I want to continue working on the play field. So what I want to do is maybe start modeling the options. So I'll have a new type here, option, which will take a maybe you're making a type alias. So like type alias, which is an option, which is a dictionary, which takes a item, text, name. Now I'll start with name. Name, string, and selected a bool. Let's see if that works. So play field is basically just a list of options, and this means that I'll have to change this to be. Actually, I understand Elm's got actually creates constructors. So let's see if this works. Option item 1 false, and option item 2 false. Does that work? All right. So these are now options. So if I were to go, so this is now an option. And this takes, I'll change this to opt. And the text is necessary to be option name. Select item, I'll just make an option name at the moment. See if this works. All right, so this is still doing this, which is to be expected. But now what I'll do is I will add an if block just to say if opt.selected yep, selected, then selected else that. Will that compile? And how do if blocks work? Okay, that's no end. So let's see if this works. Oh yes, I haven't closed the bracket. Let's see. Did that save? Oh, thought I closed the bracket. Oh, I was just never trying to be smart. All right, so let's make one of them selected. Okay, good. So that is that's reflecting the current state of the option. Now, the next thing to do is have the buttons toggle the selectability, the selection state of the option. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to select option. And I might make this the option name. So this is, yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. But let's start this. So select option. So the idea is that once you click the button, it will toggle the option on and off. So let's see how that will work. Select item. I want the messages. So it's now select option. And I want to map. I actually want to map. So basically map the items in the option, and if the name matches the passed in name, it will toggle the selection. So actually let's do this as a separate function. So toggle selection, which takes a model and a selection name and returns a new model. So toggle selection, model, what this will do is, in case model of, if it's a playfield, then we'll take we'll take the playfield, or return the playfield with the map of, keep forgetting, is map the first or the last option? Argument, sorry, I keep saying option, argument. This map view, okay, the function is the first argument and the items are the next. So that field of a lambda, that lambda is going to take the item and it's going to be if item dot name equals name, then I want to return the item with selected equal not. How do they do not? I'm going to see if they do it C style. The bang, not item dot selected, else item. That's in the lambda. I want to take the items. Sorry, I've got too many things named item. What do I call it? Options. Playfield options. Playfield options. That ends that bracket. Otherwise, I just want to return the model. Now, see if that compiles. Oh no, have I got my brackets organized? Yes, yes. Okay, it's not reformatting, so I think I might have missed something. Oh, that's right. The angle, the backslash goes within the brackets. Okay, what next? Okay, so maybe it is not. Let's try not. That looks better. So let's see if this works. All right, so the idea is if I were to click one of the buttons, it should toggle the selection state. So let's see if that works. Oops. Okay, it's still... Oh, okay. I've written a function to change the model, but I've actually hooked it up to the message. So what I want to do is select option item, actually toggle selection model item, and let's see if this works. There we go. That's great. So now that's toggling the selection state of the item. And I suppose we can make this clearer with maybe a styling. How do they do styling here? Oops. Oh, I'll just save the page. Whoops. Okay, so if I go to the one thing would be nice if this was hyperlinked, so that I could go to the package. I know this is a hyperlink, but if you're going to have breadcrumbs, I'd rather that all the items of the breadcrumbs are clickable. So attribute, I think there's a style attribute. Yeah, there it is. It's right in front of me. Style, background color red. All right, so I wouldn't want to just use this just to make it clear. And it's going to look pretty ugly, but hey, at least it will give us indication that it will, it's selected or not. So this is the attribute on click. We want to keep that. And we want the style. We'll use the background color. And we'll give it a nice red, blue background color because we're stylish. If it's selected, it could be blue. Otherwise, it could be red. And it's not formatting because I'm missing the commas. And we'll just replace this with the option name. And let's see if this will work. It does expose. Huh, that's interesting. I thought it did. Oh, it's HTML attributes. Sorry, HTML attributes. So I will import it from HTML.attributes. Expose in style. And let's see. Oh yeah, that's completely unreadable. But let's make the text white then. Yeah, obviously this is not a good. This is probably not the best. What I'm trying to say. This is not the most maintainable approach to styling. It doesn't seem to be reformatting, which is a good indication that I've got something wrong here. Style color white. Style on click. Alright, well, let's see, reload. Oh, I've got one too many commas. Okay. There we go. Yeah. What was I trying to say? Yeah, this is obviously not the most maintainable way to style code or style a web page. A style sheet will probably be better here. There we go. Excellent. And actually, instead of blue, let's make it grey, just so that it's clearer that actually let's. There we go. So now it's a little clearer that a selected item is blue and a non-selected item is grey. And let's make them all deselected. All right, great. That's pretty good, actually. Okay, I might leave it there for the moment. So we've managed to build the page, start working on model, and have it update the state using messages, which is a pretty good place to stop. So I'll leave it there. Okay, thanks for that.